Hello, everyone. It has been a while. First stream of 2026. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to streaming again. So today we're going to be reading through the 7.5 Part 1 preview, Live Letter 91. Dang, only like 9 more live letters after this one, and we're at 100. That must be crazy. Especially for the people who have been keeping up since the very first one. Alright, yeah, so I was scrolling to get to the part where the actual stream starts. Scrolling past like all the test stream stuff, and I saw this. This looks interesting. So apparently Yoshi P and the team are trying to get it. They're making it to where you can make a figurine of your Warrior of Light based on a screenshot. That is awesome. I'm gonna have to get one of these. I bet this is gonna be super popular. This is gonna be like a money printer for the team. Imagine there's probably gonna be like a wait list for how many people I can imagine are gonna be wanting figurines of their Warrior of Light. This is awesome. Yeah, apparently more details coming at FanFest, which is right around the corner. Talking about pricing, printing takes resources. So there's the question of printing your own Lalafell figure being cheaper as opposed to printing your Aura Hrothgar figure. Oh no. My Aura Warrior of Light is gonna be more money. But yeah, super cool. I know there's like a similar thing with Dungeons and Dragons where you can print out, you can 3D print one of your characters and order a figurine of them. And that's really cool. So we've got a similar thing going on now in Final Fantasy XIV soon. Cool. Alright. Here's the actual start of the 91st live letter. These translations are being taken from the official Final Fantasy XIV Discord server. Translations by Mayuna and Aluna Minori. No trailer since it's part 1. 7.5 will be a long patch. There will be a lot of content. This is the period where I have a lot of things and information I want to mention, but I just can't. Will be easier after FanFest. Yeah. Getting towards the end of the expansion, I imagine Yoshi P and all of the devs are like, really wanting to share new information about the next expansion. 42 days until NA FanFest. Yeah, that's really close. Schedule very packed. Well, but today is about 7.5. Chat asking if you prepped the keynote for FanFest already. Of course I have, otherwise I wouldn't have time to do this producer live letter. Patch title: Trail of the Heavens. This is really good art. I love the colors, the golden. I wonder if this is a hint. This title is a hint towards the next expansion. Trail to the Heavens? Is everyone gonna die? Imagine that. That would be like Shadowlands, but in Final Fantasy XIV, where you go to the afterlife as the next expansion. Which I imagine the Final Fantasy XIV story writers would do a much better job than the WoW writers did if they did an afterlife expansion. MSQ will be split into 2 parts. Yep, that's like normal for the last patch. The Japanese title roughly translates into The Path Going Beyond the Distance. Beyond. Interesting. Part 1 scheduled for April 28th. Part 2 scheduled for early September. That seems like a little bit of a ways off. I guess they've gotta spread it out a bit to keep you occupied until the next expansion drops. There's a reason for why it's split like this, but I can't say why. There will be many 7.5x patches, so a rough schedule here. Okay, so end of April, patch 7.5, and then 7.51 coming in June, then 7.55 in July, and 7.56, which that's the part 2 of the MSQ. Cool, so it's like split up into 4 parts. Again, probably to give you stuff to do while waiting for the next expansion. Because the next expansion isn't going to be until after the Japanese Fan Fest. At the earliest. So yeah, I guess they gotta spread out this patch to last throughout the year. Probably have an idea what content is getting released when, just looking at the schedule. New main scenario quests, which I can't speak on because I'm not caught up with the MSQ. But that looks cool. That looks like the core of the Earth. Or the core of our world, Heidelin. Very interesting. Not going to read it too much into it yet. Some other screenshots. Ryan J and the Loprits meeting had a big impact on each other. Okay, I guess that's news story stuff. Atmosphere seems serious. Yeah, Warrior of Light looking up. I wonder if the new expansion is going to be space themed. That would be awesome. I know there's like cosmic exploration. But I wonder if they're going to do a whole expansion in space. That would be awesome. I would love that. So just talking about patch title being about the heavens and then the Warrior of Light looking up. Interesting. There's more stuff about story here. I'm going to skip over it in case there's any spoilers or anything. Dawntrail Allied Society capstone quests. Okay, so this is like the culmination of all the beast tribes. Extra quests to conclude the Dawntrail Allied Society quests. Right, they're called Allied Societies now. Cool. I love the alpacas. There's probably a reason for these guys rushing. Beautiful vista there. What is this? Whoa, these graphics. Look at the floor, the shine on the floor. And what is this thing? Skull beetle? graphics too good, Yoshi says. Very interested to see what everything looks like in Dawntrail. I mean, everything looks so good when you get to the point where they're developing new areas with the graphical update. Inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. What is going on here? This looks dark for Hildebrand. Maybe this is just like the Hildebrand zombies. It was difficult switching between a serious environment and this while playtesting. There's the man. Custom deliveries to Zulja. Someone I haven't met yet. Ooh, duty support. The Dusk Vigil and Shisui of the Violet Tides. I can do this when it releases. Yeah, kind of interesting being a Sprout who's not caught up, so a lot of the stuff I see here is stuff that I won't get to experience until later on, but it's also cool getting things like this that I can do. We did see the feedback that we might have reduced mechanical difficulty too much, but with duty support in mind, we had to. We want solo players to be able to enjoy the content, but we're being careful not to take away too much from the mechanics and gimmicks. I wonder if they'd be able to, like, make it so the solo dungeons are, the duty support dungeons are like a different version with different mechanics. I guess they want everything to be the same so that if someone is doing duty support as like a practice mode before they go in with others, then all the mechanics would be the same. Hold on. It's an ad on my chill Mario Galaxy music. There we go. PvP update. PvP actions changed. New Crystal Conflict Arena. This kind of looks like the Great Google Library. Can very easily cut loss. Not sure what that means. Archaea Harmonious. Interesting. I haven't done any PvP yet in Final Fantasy XIV. That'll probably be something I check out after I catch up with the main story. You gotta be quiet in a library. Well, there's no one else around, so it's fine. Yeah, I bet this is the Great Google Library. Kinda looks like it. At the very least, it's another, like, Charlian library somewhere. Of course, there's specific rules from this map, but I'll show that during part 2. Cool. Remember to cut line of sight with these. Use the bookshelf to cut line of sight. If I only show this screenshot, people might start thinking we're rebuilding. But it's a dungeon. So this is the new dungeon. Interesting. Looks like a modern... Looks like Russia. Everything looks modern with the skyscrapers and everything. New dungeon, the Clytium. This might or might not be related to the next expansion itself, but it leads us there. It's part of the MSQ. Interesting. Wonder if the next expansion will be winter themed. Like with snowy areas and stuff. That would be so cool. Especially if they go with the like Viking theme, like World of Warcraft did with Wrath of the Lich King. Thought Garlemald calmed down, but things are clearly burning, so there's something going on. Oh, so this is Garlemald. That makes sense. This looks very cool. Very atmospheric dungeon. You always had a dark impression of Garlemald since A Realm Reborn, questioning whether people even live there. Cool. So is it related to the source? Please look forward to it. Players started to go back to 11 after playing this Alliance raid, and 11 has been going strong as well. That is awesome to hear. I do want to play 11 at some point after I catch up with the MSQ. Echoes of Vana'diel Part 3. Windurst, the third walk. So this is the third Alliance raid. If this person unleashes their power, it's over. Well, you'd only know that if you know 11. Just looking down on you while all of your backs are turned. You'll fight the character you're seeing here somewhere. This week was the first check of the content. Terrible things happening in the content, and it's voiced. Please look forward to it. Nice. Love voiced boss fights. Oh, there's more. We put a lot of effort into the trees and grass. Ooh, very pretty. Graphics update definitely shines with all the nature and stuff. Please take your time and look at the ground as well. My team called me over during the playtest. Yoshida-san, come here. Please look at the ground. It's great, right? I love when they share little details about development. That's what makes Final Fantasy XIV's development team great. Graphics are obviously different between the games, so it's not just about reproducing things with better graphics. When 11 first got released for the PS2, I wasn't even at Square Enix yet, and I was looking at the textures everywhere. Just looking at this screenshot, some of you will know where this is. Yep, that's right. Got like a ruins area here. Looks like a city in the distance. We also took the screenshot from an angle that might feel familiar. Also looking forward to the music. I heard a rumor there might even be a new song. I didn't listen yet, just a rumor. I think I can show the atmosphere during the next producer live letter with in-game footage. Please look at a screenshot first. Who is this? Looks bad. New trial, NUO. Very dark. Oh, we were in Garlemald for the dungeon. Why this? I've got a feeling the next expansion is going to have a dark tone. So the previous trial was like a big scary train. Then now there's this guy, which looks pretty scary. Like dark. And Yoshi P was talking earlier about the next bit of MSQ having a very serious tone. Which makes sense. Dawntrail seems like it's probably a very upbeat expansion, so it makes sense to follow it with a more serious, dark tone expansion. How did some of you even figure this out so fast? There will be many shifts in the plot this time, so it might feel like we're moving fast at some points. Team asked me whether to make this ? But I said, nah, we should just show it. Shinryu was difficult as on release as well. Ooh, Shinryu's to main. That's the next Unreal. Still have yet to play any of the Stormblood extremes. Only extremes I've done so far are Shiva and Ultima Weapon back in A Realm Reborn. Definitely want to go through and do all the extremes. The music and the mechanic where you cross over and then end up on his back, that did influence one scene from Endwalker as well. Slightly different, of course. Don't forget those icicles in the back, too. And I think everyone has been looking forward to this one. Don't worry, nothing will show. Let me give you the title. Never mind. It's done, but please wait until FanFest. They're keeping this one a secret. New Ultimate raid. What Ultimate are you guys expecting? Sadako. I don't know who that is. It's just reading all the random comments from chat. Intense psych battle with chat. Did he read the right one and is just pretending it isn't correct? We're also done with the voice recordings for Ultimate. Yes, I want to say a lot, but please wait for the FanFest. We're not going to drag it out too far. World Raiders will clear fast, but we want to give everyone enough time to prog and clear as well. That's all I can say for now, but I wanted to confirm it's there and will be in the patch. Wait another 42 days. I just realized too, the next patch is coming out right after FanFest. Got FanFest 24th and the 25th, and then the 28th is the next patch. That's gonna be an exciting time for sure. Ooh, relic weapons. I love relic weapons. A lot of effort went into these. We got a lot more comfortable in the graphic update in our workflow as well. These are the last stages. We've been withholding showing the final models, but people are data mining it anyway. So we're going to show you some final models next time. Oh, so these aren't even the final models. Colt Crescent, Northhorn. So this is the new, field exploration content. Very barren landscape. All we can show you right now is the landscape in screenshots. Whoa, what is this? Interesting. Reminds me of the floating city that you can see in Lenosha that the leap of faith takes place on. Except the crystals are green on the bottom instead of red. A new field exploration. Summary of the Occult Crescent updates. Venture to the Northhorn. New monsters, critical encounters, fates. Multiple new phantom jobs. Maximum knowledge level increased to 40. I remember hearing about the phantom jobs when they first announced it. Looks very cool. New Fork Tower, Magic. 2 difficulties, normal and extreme. For those looking to enjoy the story through a more casual experience, and extreme is for those seeking a challenge. Both normal and extreme, up to 48 players can participate in the duty. That's crazy. You do not need 48 players to go in, maximum of 48 players. We did design normal so you can go in with a smaller amount of players. That's good. Entering normal difficulty, no ciphers required. Simply standing atop the ethereal node will register your interest in the duty. If more players than can enter the duty are atop the node, participants will be selected at random. Should you fail to be selected, your next entry will be given priority. Oh, that makes sense. This is like a fail-safe system. If you don't get selected, you'll be prioritized for the next one over players who didn't have a failed entry attempt. Entering extreme difficulty, no ciphers required. Extreme difficulty can be accessed from extreme mode only instances, separate from the normal instances. Extreme instances can be entered by alliances of 12 or more players in 3 or more parties. Where it's 12 players in one alliance. That's interesting. I've never seen more than 8 players in one party. Upon entering an extreme instance, the fort's tower will immediately become accessible. New gear in the North Horn. Collect required items to enhance gear and upgrade your equipment to the highest level to obtain the mightiest gear on the item. So that sounds like the Eureka gear, which you can enhance by getting crystals from the Fate drops. Should you possess upgraded gear from the South Horn, you may skip some of the steps required to enhance gear from the North Horn. We got a lot of feedback last time, so we tried to split the difficulties while keeping the hard mode engaging. So if you want to prepare, you can do the current gear to skip some steps. I'll talk more about rewards next, maybe the time after next, producer live letter. Short break. Start the second half with the new limited jobs. New limited job. It's Beastmaster time. There were many ultimate predictions in chat during the break as well. I saw, thank you. I wonder if someone got it right. There's gotta be someone in there. The new limited job is here. Beastmaster. Cool. We'll talk about the job today through our PowerPoint slides. This is the job gear. Oh well, now you can claim it onto other jobs as well. Cool. Looks like a sheep. Capture beasts and call upon them to fight at your side. Weapon, one-handed axe. Roll, melee DPS. Oh, so it's got an axe and a shield. Cool. Starting level 1. Level cap 50. Job quests available upon release. So it's like Blue Mage. It's just going to be able to do a Realm Reborn content at first. And then they'll expand the level over time. I was wondering about that. Though I kind of thought they would make it the same level cap as Blue Mage, that two of them would be able to do content together. Unlock conditions. Be level 50. Completed the Realm Reborn 2.0 main scenario quest. Dawntrail registered to account. Nice. To capture mobs, you need to weaken them in the field. Kind of like Pokemon, you gotta weaken the mobs, then capture them. Up to 50 types of beasts can be tamed. First step should be to capture as many mobs as you can and fill the bestiary. 50 different mobs at this time. Yes, they'll be updating it with mobs from future expansions. Capture various beasts and complete your master's bestiary. We've designed it so you can capture all of them solo. You can show off the mobs you've captured. Cool. I know some people have complained about Blue Mage that they can't do a lot of Blue Mage stuff solo. So I bet they're making this limited job more solo friendly to account for that. Screenshot of how the bestiary looks. Looks just like the Blue Mage spellbook. Nice. Size, small, medium, large. Different auto attack elements. Different beast types. 2 attacks. Also different depending on mob and where to find the mobs. cool. We've got a behemoth casting the big meteor. This looks like one of the Realm Reborn dungeons. What's it called? I can't remember the name right now. It's like one of the max level Realm Reborn dungeons. Amdapor Keep, that's the name. This is a completely new battle system. The 3 beasts can accompany you at one time, using their abilities and actions to fight alongside you. I wonder if they're all out at once, or you can like switch between them. Your own actions and rotation will change depending on the mobs you've got. Oh, so it's like it's not just like one ability per beast, it's like your entire action bar will change depending on the mobs you have. Use the instinct system to fight in tandem with your beasts. It will feel overwhelming to explain everything at once, so the job quests take you through it bit by bit. It will obviously show it during the in-game demo next producer live letter. Since the cap is 50, what are we fighting? You will have unique extra content made for Beastmaster. Interesting. Nurture your beasts in the crucible of the Unbroken and overcome its challenges together. This kind of reminds me of Super Smash Brothers. The modes where you like go through challenges one by one. There'll be a lot of rewards. Crucible of the Unbroken is a dedicated single-player experience, completely new type of duty, unlike anything else in Final Fantasy XIV so far. I bet it'll be replayability in the challenge, replayable, and the challenges will change each time. You can play just to clear, but we are also trying to implement some sort of rankings for those players who really want to go hard at it. Mr. Osmo was responsible for all of this, job design from ground up and content. He put a lot of hours into this. So this was the content that Mr. Ozma said that he had been working on. This is all I can show today, but the in-game demo and the how to play I will show next time. It has a lot of volume. Implementation will be a bit further, 7.5x. But there's one thing I need to apologize for. We did say we'd be updating Blue Mage in 7.x. Beastmaster took all our resources cost, so we need to push the Blue Mage update back. Aw. I know many of you have been looking forward to the Blue updates, but they will come in the future. But we've prioritized Beastmaster this time. I am sorry. Beastmaster will also take you to places in the field you haven't been to in a long time, remembering where certain mobs were and trying to find them again. Then you can train those captures mobs and eventually challenge the rankings. And a new ocean fishing route. I haven't done any ocean fishing. So yeah, sounds like Beastmaster, you're gonna get different abilities from your beasts and then try to challenge these challenges. Sounds fun. Comments asking for level increase for your Chocobo. Increase Chocobo rank. There'll be some stuff about the Chocobo I can talk about soon. Interesting. Chat has some crazy GeoGuessr skills. Wait, why is there a lion? Oh, that's just the YouTube video. New Cosmic Exploration Star, Oxysia. This planet looks really pretty. This looks like Gridania. Are we back? Interesting. It's like a silo thing. Whoa, look at that. Is that a floating island? This looks very cool. Can't wait to explore this place. I'm sure the cosmic exploration will be fun, though I can't help but be a little disappointed that it isn't a big, like a whole expansion about exploring outer space, because I love outer space stuff. Who knows, maybe the next expansion will be about outer space. That's possible. We'll find out in a little over a month from now. More about the content and rewards next time during part 2. There's still more. Just an announcement. We're working on multiplayer content for the Gold Saucer. So just an announcement that it's coming. It will come in 7.5x. There's a reason why we have to wait with announcing details. Sorry to keep you waiting. That's interesting. I wonder if it's going to be another crossover that's announced at the Fan Fest, like the Fall Guys one was. That's exciting. Can't wait to see what it is. That's another thing that I'll be able to do as soon as it comes out. Housing update. Increased placement limits for indoor and outdoor furnishings. Nice. Since you will have more items to place, we had to increase the storeroom. There will be settings now that allow you to reduce players shown to prioritize furniture displays, or to simply prioritize those close to you. I already know that players will ask for another increase about 6 months after this update. This increase should allow for designs that haven't been possible so far. We've also managed to finally get that interior change working that I had been talking about, to make you have a small house and a large house interior. That will be next update, not this time. We also want to update the housing UI. It does feel like only pros can make use of things right now. Things like floating furniture. More details at a later date. Kind of wonder if the World of Warcraft housing that was recently released is making them rethink a lot of things that they've had with the way the housing works in Final Fantasy XIV, which is good. Haven't really done anything with housing myself, but I know people do talk about how it is a worse system than Alright, I think I'm backed out. power went out. Alright, now I have to find where I was again. Alright. Here's the Beastmaster stuff. Okay, here's where we were housing. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, I bet Final Fantasy is taking a look at World of Warcraft's housing and rethinking how they're doing things, which is good. It's good to have competition like that in the MMO space. New interior fixture designs. This next update might be more important to some than actual content. What? We'll keep working on improving this and adding more supported dungeon gear. Our armoire storage options will be updated to include all job-specific gear, artifact gear, all gear from dungeons in 7.x patches. The ability to store gear from earlier dungeons will be rolled out gradually. The ability to store dungeon gear as outfit clamber is also under consideration. Wait, so what's being added here? Oh, armoire. Oh, I see. Nice. So, adding more stuff to the armoire, which is very good because the armoire can store anything without taking up your glamour dresser slots, which is awesome. This is an amazing quality of life feature. From now, you can also just take out one item if you had stored it in your glam dresser as a set, since glams have evolved a lot. Consolidated dyes. Many of the currently available dyes will be consolidated into 3 base dyes. Type A, 85 dyes from the 2.x patches. Type B, 9 dyes from Ishgardian Restoration. Type C, 11 dyes from Cosmic Exploration. Interesting. We had a name for these until yesterday, but I didn't like it, so naming system is undecided yet. What does this mean? If you have one dye of type A, you can dye it in any of those 85 colors. Nice. Exceptions. This will not apply to dyes that can be purchased on the online store and dyes of corresponding colors. So consolidating a bunch of dyes into like a single item that you can use to dye any color of that type. That's interesting. When using one of the new dyes, you'll be able to select which of the included colors to apply. The number of available colors will remain the same. The dyes being consolidated into the new base dyes will no longer be obtainable. But if you have a lot of dyes stored up, what happens? Dyes currently in your possession will no longer be functional. After the patch goes live, they can be exchanged for the new consolidated dyes by speaking with a Calamity Salvager. I know this sounds like a lot of effort, but if you select the command, there's a process running in the background that exchanges all dyes automatically in one go. Nice. The dye system hasn't changed much since The Realm Reborn, but we are at a point where I feel like a lot of systems should be reviewed now. There'll be a lot more at FanFest as well. I saw comments about data center issues as well, and let me just say, those problems will be fixed. Yes. Nice. So I bet they're gonna consolidate all the data centers of a certain region to all connect with each other. which is an amazing change. So that way, Duty Finder and Party Finder won't be split, it'll just be all of North America. I'm assuming that's the change that they're gonna make. These are some awesome quality of life changes. The glamour system, I feel like, is definitely overdue for some changes. Being able to store everything in the armoire is a great direction to go in. More on that soon. There are a lot of minor updates. Part 2 will be 1 week before FanFest. Oh, interesting. I thought for sure that Part 2 was going to be during FanFest. I think that's what they did for Dawntrail. They did a live letter for the new patch. But I guess with the new patch coming out like 3 days after FanFest ends, they wanted to do one before that. So part 2 will be 1 week before FanFest. Then next week we're flying to North America. There were ideas just to have it at FanFest, but news at FanFest combined with 7.5 news might be too overwhelming. In North America, obviously, is like, give this to us at FanFest. We did discuss it in details, but there's simply so much to discuss at a Part 2 producer live letter. I saw comments asking to allow entry to DRS with less than 24 players. I didn't understand what DRS is, but yes, minor updates like that are something I want to talk about in the upcoming producer live letter. That's it for now. Now announcements. So it sounds like more glamour. There'll be a lot more at FanFest. Yeah, so they're going to be reviewing a bunch of these old systems, which is great. What is this? Adventurer's Chronicle. Okay, so this sounds like a Japan event. The staff who are organizing this gallery are so motivated. New collaboration merchandise. This is also big news. I have no idea how this happened. When you see the artists line up, you're like, what? Get ready to rock out with the Primals as they head to the United Kingdom for the legendary Download Festival this June. Nice. Primal concert. Maybe we can have Soken explain how this happened next time. Collaboration between the Primals and Download 23. Never heard of them before. Some dudes were making music for a game, decided to join a band, went on tour, have concerts here and there, and then got approached by Download Festival. It's crazy. Oh, Download Festival. I'm not sure what that is. That's great. I love that Final Fantasy XIV has a whole band, essentially, that goes on tours and everything. That is awesome. Oh, and a Blu-ray disc for it. One of the previous tours. Nice. I'm wearing L. Yoshi P is holding a medium size. Oh, a large and a medium. Cool. They're so comfy, I'm wearing them all the time at home. An announcement from 11. Echoes of Vana'diel crossover event now playable in Final Fantasy XI. Cool. So they're doing a Final Fantasy XI part of the crossover. Crystalline Conflict. And of course, here's the FanFest dates. Very exciting. I will be streaming the North American FanFest in April. Very excited to see. It's always exciting to see a new expansion launch. New expansion reveal, I mean. Comic's already asking what my cosplay will be. I am not cosplaying, or at least not the first FanFest. It's kind of weird. Even my staff are asking every time, what am I cosplaying? I only said I wanted to do it at the first FanFest ever in London, because we already had the Black Mage outfit. It became tradition. It's not tradition. I am trapped. I did not say I want to cosplay. No, it's not a tradition I started. Like, if we had an outfit that I'm wearing, okay. Why are even staff asking me what my cosplay will be? I don't understand. Obviously, everyone is wondering about new jobs. Well, there will be a new job, but we shouldn't say more. New job, not jobs. Wonder if they're going to be moving to only one job per expansion. If so, that is a little disappointing. We shouldn't say more. Yes, FanFest is in 42 days. Since there will be a lot of things to announce, in English as well, we're preparing a lot. With the next Producer Live Letter, number 92, leading up to the FanFest in 42 days. We hope everyone is and stays excited, for sure. Alright, cool. So that's everything. But yeah, I hope they're not moving to one job expansion, because I think it is exciting getting 2 jobs. Although I know this next expansion is going to be a lot about job identity, so if they wanted to only do one job with this expansion to focus on more work on all of the existing jobs, then I think that could be a good decision, as long as they move back to 2 jobs per expansion afterwards. Suppose we'll hear more about it at FanFest. We'll hear if they are only doing one job, they'll probably explain their reasoning and if it's going to be a staple going forward or if it's just a one expansion kind of thing. Cool. Yeah, alright. Well, that is all for today's stream. This upcoming week I will be back to streaming Stormblood some more. Almost at the end. I've been almost at the end for a while now. Gotta get back to it and get to Shadowbringers. Very exciting. Yeah, I'll be finishing up Eureka this upcoming week. Alright, well that's it for me today. Thank you if you tuned in, and I'll see you soon. Take care.